Welcome to 2020 and welcome to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat. And it's been a while since I've been on the table. I'm excited to be back.
First video of 2020. Happy New Year.
Big trust. Yep, we are back. And we are talking about our favorite subject here at LitTube, Baltimore sports, though Justin would disagree.
Rolling down a slippery slope, stay on point, I tippy toe it. Won't you smile? It gives me hope.
So, yes, the Ravens are playing at home this weekend in the divisional round versus the Tennessee Titans, a team they haven't played, but a team with a very, very good ground game in Derrick Henry. It's going to be a true test of the Ravens' run defense this week as they take them on because the Titans are pretty one-dimensional. So defensively, in theory, it should be a pretty simple game plan.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know because, to play devil's advocate here, we saw what the Browns were able to do with Nick Chubb earlier in the year, and if the Titans could replicate that, I don't see why it would be impossible for them to do that, given how great their offensive line is and how great Derrick Henry is. But again, are we really expecting Baltimore to come in after how well they did in the regular season to lay a dud in their first playoff game? Kind of hard to predict that one, in all honesty. So,
and to the Ravens' defense, the Nick Chubb situation, that was a much, much different defense back then. We actually, after that game, totally revamped the defense, and here we are, one of the top defenses in the league. But let's get down to it. Mark Ingram is expected to return, which I am super excited for because he's a big key part of the reason why the Ravens are the number one rushing team with yards per game. So it's going to be very important to have him back, have Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, and of course, the man, Lamar Jackson. It's going to be, those three are going to have to be, four are going to have to be in sync for really the Ravens to win. I think the game's going to come down to who controls the clock best, honestly.
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. You're looking at the Ravens being the number one rushing team in the NFL in terms of yards per game, and then the Titans being number three in that category. Both these teams are going to want to establish the run, but again, I think the Ravens have the more of a balanced offense, more of that capability to be flexible in their game plan, where the Titans are going to have to rely on the run blocking for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even if the Titans somehow, which, again, the team with a number three running offense probably would have a pretty decent run defense, you would think, right? Being that they probably practice against each other enough. Even if they did take away the run from the Ravens do have a pretty decent passing game in Hollywood Brown. You also have Mark Andrews, Willie Snead's out there. So again, the Ravens do have weapons in. I think it's going to be an interesting test for the Tennessee Titans. Now, let's not count them out. Titans clawed their way into the wild card, and then they probably, Mike Vrabel in the most strategic way possible, beat Bill Belichick and the Patriots. What they did was amazing. That was an amazing game, how they played against the Patriots. And again, it is something to raise a concern. A pick six to end the game. To take them to this, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, but here's the problem for the Titans when you compare what they did against the Patriots to the Ravens. Against the Patriots, they ran a lot of outside zones. They got Derrick Henry the outside. But the thing is, he's not the fastest running back, so he's really better down the middle. And anytime I've ever seen the Ravens actually give up a high amount of rushing yards a game, it's been gashing them up the middle. I don't think you can be able to run outside on this defense.
No, and like I said, it's going to be important to stack the box. Our corners and our secondary are good enough to be left on island, so we can have some extra run support in the box. I wouldn't be surprised if you lined up with 7-8 people in the box this game. It's going to be important to shut that down. Now, again, the Titans know this. The Titans know probably, yes, we are a one-dimensional team. So they may throw some passes in there, but we have Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey back there just floating around at any given time. It's not going to be a field day for Ryan Tannehill.
No, it's not. And I think that Tannehill... Now, let's be real about Tannehill. He has impressed this year compared to that switch with Marcus Mariota. Wow, what a difference it made. But you have to remember that Tannehill before this year, he's always been an up and down average type of quarterback. And I think the real difference this year has just been he's able to get thrust into a starting role, motivated him. He's behind a great offensive line. But and we know a great offensive line can make an average quarterback look good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think if I'm the Ravens, I'm game planning to do a lot of run blitzes, a lot of pressure up the middle, and just focus on the pass rush and try to make Tannehill beat you with his reads and throwing the ball. And I don't think he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it should probably be an ugly game for the Titans, I would think. But again, it's the playoffs. This is virtually what they say. It's a new season. You don't count out a playoff team. They're there for a reason. So I'm not going to say the Ravens are going to blow them out, but I am going to say the Ravens are going to win. That's my bold. That's not even a bold prediction. That's just my prediction. The Ravens are going to win this, but whether or not it's a close game or a blowout like they've been known to do, that isn't. We will see. But if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be a pretty close game on the ground. I think it's going to be one of those games that it's not going to be through there, honestly.
No, I really don't think it will, but I would say that, I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this game. I think the only path the Titans have to winning this is that they can somehow be solid on defense and also find a way to run the ball against a team that knows you're going to be trying to run it. I mean, you're talking about an offensive line that has stars like Taylor Lewan, Jack Conklin, Roger Saffold, who was on the Rams previously, and that has partially to do why Gurley's had such great seasons. So they have the linemen, and they have a big bruising back that doesn't go down easy. But still, Ravens have a great defense, and if they know what you're trying to do, it's going to be tough to try to be successful.
Exactly. And of course, the winner of this game will go on to play either the Chiefs or the Texans. And if the Ravens win, they play them at home. So let's just throw it out there. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but Chiefs or Texans, who should the Ravens want to play more? I'll just come out and say it. I want to play the Texans. I don't really want to play the Chiefs again. The Chiefs look amazing. If the Texans can somehow break off a miracle, that'd be great.
And you guys didn't play the Chiefs this year, did you?
We did, and we got beat by them.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for.
So I was about to say the last game I remembered the Ravens playing against the Chiefs, they did lose, and so obviously you'd rather play a team that you beat soundly than a team you've lost to.
Exactly. But again, I don't think that's going to be. If I was a gambling man, I'm saying the Chiefs are probably going to win, and they're probably going to do it in a very aggressive way against the Texans. And it will probably likely be the Ravens versus the Chiefs, which will be a good matchup. It's one of those matchups like probably a future Tom Brady, Peyton Manning like matchup. They hype it up every year. But we will see what happens. I think again, this is a good game. This is a team the Ravens haven't played, and from what I see, I think the Ravens they get off on challenges. They get off on just like, here's something new. Let's do it. Let's win. So I think they got the motivation at their back. They've had I think the starters, most of them had about 3 weeks now, around about 2-3 weeks of rest. So they should be fully rested and hopefully don't come out flat. But that's going to be the key factor. They have to come out fast. But that does it for our show. Make sure to stay tuned for more. If you're listening on the podcast or watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care.